Keeping on the destruction of Hollywood, I know I might be late to the party on this topic, but let's talk about this writer's strike. You want to talk about a bad time to do something like this? It's now. When the reason that Hollywood is suffering right now is from piss poor writing. So at the time when people aren't going to the movies, turning off their television and streaming services, and ignoring anything coming out of Hollywood, now you decide this is the time that you want to ask for shit? Are you serious right now?
You done lost your damn mind.
And then some of the demands are so off the charts. One of the demands by the writers is they want a set number of writers for any project for a minimum amount of time, whether the writers and the time are needed or not. So if you only need 4 writers, but their minimum is 8, that means you got to hire 4 more people that you don't even need. And then they say that in that same demand, they say we want to be able to work for 10 weeks when you may only need 6. These are some of the demands that these people are asking for, and why a lot of these movie studios, especially the ones that are taking major financial losses, aren't in a rush to capitulate to any of that shit. They're not, nor should they be. In all fairness, there are some demands that I fully agree with. I fully agree with these studios need to make the streaming numbers clear and available to the writers. I agree that they should be paid residuals for the writing that they do on streaming shows based on viewership. The studios are hiding the numbers. That ain't right. They need to come on with that nonsense. If their show is popular, they should be getting royalties accordingly. And writers, with that said, if the stories are you shouldn't get a damn dime. Part of my problem is I am not fully in agreement with having unions for white collar style activities, because unions are great for the blue collar laborers, oil rig workers, coal miners, things that demand a lot of physical exertion and put your life in danger. I am fully with it, because there needs to be protections to ensure that they get paid properly, accordingly, and are taken care of down the line. I am fully with that. But when you are dealing with something like writing, why? I mean, there are thousands upon thousands of writers that are represented by the Writers Guild, and only a fraction of them are worth a damn. Yet everyone gets paid this nice little minimum because you added 2 words to a script, which technically makes you a writer. The technicality of what makes you a writer, y'all ought to really dive into and check out, because I did, and it's shocking. If you add a line to a script, you can get writer credit. 1 line. Because I wrote 1 good line, I get a chance to join the Writers Guild, and I get a chance to make this X amount of dollars minimum. No, that's not what's up. In that field, I believe that they should be treated like contract workers, even though they have made comments to say that being a contract worker like an Uber or a Lyft driver is pretty much a demeaning thing. You are a writer for a television show or a movie. You work as you go. That is the definition of contract working. If you don't like it, quit. Learn how to code. But to demand that all these writers are needed and you have to hire us for this long, and then to say, and you can't use AI to write a script, y'all do recognize the counterintuitiveness of what you're doing, right? You're going on strike recognizing that AI is to a point where it can spit out a script that's no worse than the shit that we have out there, and you expect them not to use it at this point?
Get the fuck out of here.
That's like saying self-driving cars have become efficient and safer, and then chauffeurs going on strike.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Okay, stay gone. I believe there are wrongs that need to be corrected on both sides.
Well, I do think there's blame. Yes, I think there's blame on both sides.
I believe studios need to pay accordingly and open themselves up to be honestly evaluated for the streaming numbers. I also believe the writers need to get a lot better. The balance on shows to good shows weighs heavily on the show side. Why the hell am I going to pay y'all an exorbitant amount of money to drive away viewers? That's asinine. Get it together, Hollywood, or just continue to burn.
Burn, Hollywood, burn!
You can catch the rest of that conversation on our Free Mind Thinkers podcast, which you can listen to wherever you listen to any of your favorite podcasts. We are on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. So give us a listen there.